Hello everyone, today I am going to show you how to make track switches in Rollercoaster Tycoon 2. In my last video I showed you a contraption that lets you choose the excitement rating of a roller coaster by opening and closing certain track switches. You do this by clicking the colored track piece, deleting it and rebuilding it. When you do that, it switches from red to green or from green to red. If it switches green, the train will take the exit, and if it switch is red, the train will not take that exit. This switch is something I invented myself when I was building this contraption, as I needed a way to pick different tracks in order to get different excitement ratings. I also used this same switch in the calculator that I built and the rock paper scissors machine. In the calculator you use it to pick the numbers to use in the calculation, and in the rock paper scissors machine it is used to pick one of the three options. In this video I'm going to show you how to build such a switch and also how it works. First things first, you do need a cheat for this one, and that is the Disable Clearance Checks cheat, otherwise known as Zero Clearance. When this cheat is on, the game does not check anymore if something is already in the way when you're trying to build something. You can get this cheat by downloading RCT2, which is a great mod that makes RCT2 a lot more fun. The link to the download is in the description. I'm sure some trainers have it as well, but using OpenRCT2 is the easiest way to get this cheat. You start with building a straight bit of track like this. Then you want to build a new ride and start building at a 90-degree angle to it. Then you want to build that backwards until you're 2 tiles away from the other track, and then you want to build a sharp turn so that your track is in the same position and direction as the first track. The last thing you want to do is build one straight piece of track. What you'll see is that it will connect to the other track, even though the pieces are from different coasters. I don't know exactly why this happens, but we can use this to our advantage and make a train go onto the other track. When we now test the ride, we will see that it still goes straight ahead instead of taking the exit. The reason for this has to do with the order in which the track pieces are. For this we will use the tile inspector, which is another useful tool from OpenRCT2. We open the tile inspector and click on the tile where we built the 2 identical track pieces in the same location. In the list you can see 3 elements, the ground surface and the 2 track pieces. If we want the train from the red track to go onto the blue track, the piece from the red track needs to be on the top. Currently it's below the blue track, but with the tile inspector we can easily change that. Now when we test the ride again, you can see that it will indeed take the exit. There is another way of switching the order of the tracks, and that is changing which track you build last. When we first built this switch, we built the blue track last. If we go back to that situation, we can see a red track piece in the location of the switch. That means that if we right click on it, we will start building on the red coaster. If you now delete that track piece and rebuild it, that will change the order in which we built the track pieces. Now the blue piece is visible, which means that we switched the order correctly. To switch back, you do the same. You have already seen that the colors switch depending on the state that the switch is in, but that doesn't explain why in my creations only the switch piece was green or red, and the rest of the track was a different color. For this we can use alternative color schemes. You want to first change one of the alternative color schemes to, for example, brown, and paint both right entirely with that color scheme. Then you want to make the main color scheme of the track that the train is coming from green, and the main color scheme of the other track red. When you build a new track piece, it will always have the color of the main color scheme. So if you delete and build the track piece in the position of the switch, it will be green or red, depending on the state that the switch is in. That is basically how the switch works. There are 2 more things to note here. First, you can make a switch with more than 2 options. This switch has 4 options, and when you delete and rebuild the switch track piece, you will cycle through them in the same order every time. The second thing is that the 2 coaster types don't have to be the same type, they don't even have to both be coasters. I used 2 wooden coasters in this video, but the Giga coaster and the wooden coaster will work just as well. Even a log flume and a mini golf will work, as long as the two track pieces that you make the switch out of are the same, which in this case is a normal level track piece. If you still have questions about how the switch works, leave them in the comments and I will try to answer them. You can also join our community Discord if you want to talk with lots of other RCT players and participate in contests. Thank you all for watching and I will see you in the next video.